so much for joining me tonight. I am Sirena, and tonight's video is just going to be talking about spirituality and kind of letting go of the expectations that we have on ourselves of how we need to be in order to be spiritual, and in doing the things that we see everybody else doing. This is going to just, be a light and easy video that just reconfirms for you and for all of us that our spiritual path is ours. It is ours and ours alone, and we don't need to follow and copy what other people are doing. In fact, when we do that, it's blocking us from our authenticity. It's blocking us from being who we are meant to be in the world because we're trying to be like other people. So I'm going to start by getting some incense lit. I have this divine healing incense. It smells so good. So we're going to use some of this. And we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk about spirituality. I'll share a little bit about my journey and, just see what comes up. I really haven't scripted this. I do have some crystals that I know I want to work with. And I have some incense, and I have a candle that I'm going to get lit. And I just want this to be flowy and whatever comes up kind of video. I like my videos to be authentic, so I try not to do much, if any, editing. So I will just put that out there. So there are sometimes I will have, blank space because I'm doing something like this, but when I watch ASMR videos, I almost like that anticipatory wait for what's happening and what's going to come next. Okay. A piece of incense here. Just going to put these back in the box. Okay. And I'm just going to use this little holder, little goddess holder. That's a little wider than the others. That's okay. And I'm just going to take my little star lighter, and we're going to light this. Oops. Some of these don't like lighting very well. There we go. Perfect. A beautiful fire. I love the element of fire. Of course, I'm a Leo, so that would explain a little bit. So, forgot my feather, but I would normally use the feather to share the incense with you, but I forgot it. So, in this smoke, you're receiving the divine healing that this incense offers. So I'm just gently sharing that with you. I'm just going to set that back here. All right. And, excuse me, I have a candle here. This is Goddess Petals. I know it's really dark. I'm sorry. I'm still working on lighting and setup. So I do apologize if it's dark. I just wanted it to be comfortable and not too bright or not too shocking. I think I could actually maybe pop the curtain a little bit and get some more light in here. Let me try that. our Goddess Petals candle. It's got some really beautiful crystals and flowers on there. As soon as I saw this one, I knew I was getting it. It is a soy candle, and I got it at Target. And it was for a violet flame phase that I was going through recently, working with the violet flame. I will have a video all about that soon. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have a 5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and so when they're not here is when I can film. So right now they're not here, so I can film. So I cannot guarantee when I'm gonna get videos up, but I'm working on it. So we're gonna go ahead and light this one, just set a quick intention. And set whatever intention feels right for you. I do like to call in the angels. I do a lot of angel work, so I do like to call in Archangel Michael to stay with me so that only love, light, and wisdom come through in each channeling or tarot session. I do have my cards here, so I was thinking of maybe pulling a couple of cards as well. But I'm just going to set the intention that the words that I speak today can reach you in whatever capacity that you need to hear them, and that you are able to accept where you are on your spiritual journey at this time, and be open to receiving any of the words, wisdom, and healing that I do today that resonates with you and that serves your purpose, and to always go forth in the world doing the things that serve our higher and greater good and the highest and greatest good of all. I'm going to go ahead and light this again with my star lighter. I don't even know if I've ever bought a lighter before. I usually get those long ones. But when I saw this, I knew I had to get it. So we're just going to go ahead and get this lit. Alright, so there we go. Working with a lot of fire today, so more candle fire. The incense, I like to use incense as the element of air. And now we got some fire. I don't have anything for water, unfortunately. Crystals will be earth. So go ahead and looking at the candle, you can set your intention. Your intention can be anything. It can be absolutely anything that you want. If there's something specific you would like to receive crystal healing on, Reiki, I'm going to do a little bit hand movements and Reiki movements. You can go ahead and do that. And like I said, I'll just talk a little bit about myself and my journey, what I've done, where I've been, where I'm going, that type of thing. So I'll just set this candle back here. And the first thing I'm going to do is use my selenite wand. This was longer. I think it broke on this end. There were 2 more pieces, and it just kind of split. Selenites or satin spar is just so sensitive and delicate, fragile, but it's just so beautiful. I love selenite. I work with it whenever I need clarity in my life, whenever I need just calming energy to come through. So this is my wand, and I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to go from your crown to your root chakra and just start to get your energetic and your auric fields ready to receive some healing. So this will just start to clear out anything that's kind of lodged in there, blocked, not moving so freely. Okay, so I'm just going to gently do this and just talk a little bit. So my spiritual journey, my personal journey, I guess it started back in about 2004. That was the first time that I really saw what tarot cards were. Even though I would say my whole life I've always been very interested in metaphysical. As a child, I did collect crystals, but I didn't know what they were at the time. I just thought they were pretty. So I did collect them as a child, but I was about in my very early 20s when I found out what tarot cards were. And I started collecting crystals because they had healing properties, and started just to get into that type of thing. But I never really went anywhere with it then, because for tarot, I only would work with a book. I was like, oh, I need to memorize every single card meaning. Otherwise, how can I do a reading? I can't give a good reading if I don't use my tarot cards. And so I didn't want to do readings for anybody. And so I didn't. I mean, it was like 14 years before I would start reading for people, which was just in the past 2 years. So now I do professional readings. You can always visit my website. It's just laurasirena.com, or find me on Facebook. It's just Wild Woman Tarot Magic with a K on Facebook. And so I just kind of spent my 20s in a really bad place. My 20s were just a very bad time for me. I was very immature. Very immature. I did not take responsibility for anything in my life. And I liked to play the victim. Everything happened to me because people were mean, or, I had no responsibility for myself at all. So then in 2014, I had my first child. I was 30. I was turning 31 the following month. And I was terrified because I was turning 30. So right before I found out I was pregnant, I was turning 30, and I thought to myself, I have nothing to show for my life. I mean, I have no house. I don't have my own house. I don't have kids. I'm not married. I had been with my boyfriend for, in 2014, 12 years. No kids, no house, no car. I was in debt. It was terrible. And then I turned 30, and suddenly I got pregnant. We got married before we had my daughter. Again, we've been together for 12 years, so we did get married prior. And everything just started falling into place. So if you're in your 20s and you're afraid to turn 30, let me tell you, my 30s have been the best of my life so far. Not even kidding. So I had my daughter. I ended up becoming a stay-at-home mom with her. I didn't go back to work. I did. I went for a month, and it didn't work. So I quit. Okay, and then I'm just going to move on to some kyanite just to keep with your aura, and then I'm going to do some grounding. So I did quit, and I stayed home with my daughter. And then in 2016, I got pregnant, and I had my second child, my son. And so after the birth of my son, between my daughter and my son, there was a lot that had gone on. I had 2 surgeries, nothing like serious or severe. It was for my gallbladder. I had my gallbladder removed. My body had gone through incredible changes. I mean, if you pregnancy really changes your body. But my hormones were all over, and with the birth of my son, I ended up with very, 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 very bad postpartum depression, very severe. And so during that time, he was a couple of months old, and I decided to start working with a health coach. And so I started doing work with my health coach. I was working out. I lost a little bit of weight, but I gained that back. And that really led me to personal development and a little book called You Are a Badass. And with that book, my life started to change. I started to take responsibility for myself. I started learning about healing and really embracing the things that I loved, which was tarot, crystals. And I learned that I was actually able to create my own spirituality, my own set of beliefs, because I had been raised Christian, I had been raised Lutheran, and all of the teachings didn't totally fit with my personal beliefs. And I was so scared to say that I didn't believe in everything that I had grown up being taught to believe. So it took till I was about 33, 34 to get to the point where I could say, I don't believe that, so I'm going to create my own beliefs. So I have many beliefs in my personal belief system that are Christian based. I work with the angels. I work with so many angels. I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus as an ascended master. I honor all of the ascended masters and all of the spiritual leaders for whatever your beliefs are. I do honor them, and I pick and choose from all of these spiritual paths what fits my life. And so I do have a lot of pagan beliefs. I have a lot of Christian beliefs, Buddhist principles, all kinds of things. And I honor deities from all of these different spiritualities. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring in some black tourmaline, and we'll get ourselves grounded. So I'm just going to work along like below your root chakra and around the earth star chakra. That's what connects you to the earth. So I'm just going to be down here. I know it's kind of a weird angle, but we're going to make it work. So it got to this point where I read The Universe Has Your Back. Gabrielle Bernstein, I think she's fabulous and has amazing and wonderful and beautiful ideas. And from there, it just took off. And I found Reiki, and I found just all these different healings, and I connected with all these amazing people, and I started doing tarot readings online. And then I decided I really wanted to start making videos. So here we are. So this is just some black tourmaline. This is beautiful and amazing for grounding. One thing that was really hard for me to understand and connect was that there isn't two parts of you, right? We are one part, but there's a spiritual part of us, our soul, and then there's the human part of us. And so many times we think of these as different parts of us, right? That they're separate, but they're not. Just like we are part of the collective, we are all interconnected. And so everything that we do affects the collective consciousness. And so once I realized that for me, I function best when I am perfectly balanced in my spiritual and human parts, my human side and my spiritual side. I spend so much time in my spiritual, my higher chakras, because I'm a spiritual being. I'm just spiritually minded. I'm very fiery in my birth chart, but I'm so intuitive and I'm so in touch with my emotions. I'm an empath. So it's interesting to see that even though I'm so fiery, and I think it's fiery and airy, I'm very fiery and very airy in my chart. But I'm on the cusp of Cancer. My sun sign is on the cusp of Cancer. And so I'm almost like a contradiction within myself when it comes to my sun sign. So I need lots of grounding, lots and lots of grounding, working with my guides all the time and the angels and everything. I have to just remind myself about my human side. I just have to remember sometimes, like, hey, Laura, tone it down, honey. Rein it in. Let's get back onto earth here. So black tourmaline is one of my favorites to work with. It's just such a beautiful energy. It's not overpowering. It's not too much. It's just right. It just brings me back down wonderfully. So that is black tourmaline. Just love it so much. So now I have you anchored and grounded. So what I would like to do is just start to pluck away some of the little bits that are still hanging around that weren't able to be cleared away with the selenite. Just things that are kind of out there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quick. I'm just going to get some energy here in my hands. And I'll begin. And this will not hurt you. You will not feel anything from it. You may just start to feel more clarity, calmness. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top of our crown, and I'm going to work all the way down to our root. So one of the things that was really hard for me on my journey, that still is, I'm not even going to lie, is just not getting caught up in what everybody else believes, right? It's so hard because I listen to all these podcasts, I watch all these YouTube videos. I follow all these people on Facebook and Instagram. And so it's hard a lot of times to not let their beliefs and their thoughts cloud my own and become bigger than my own. And so I was listening to a podcast yesterday. I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't know if I can remember. I'll link it down below. It was either So You Want to Be a Witch, or it might have been So You Want to Be a Witch. I'll have it linked below for sure. And it was all about your life purpose, okay? Now, one thing, the past couple of months have been terrible for me. I suffer depression still, anxiety, and some things have been going on in my life that have just really brought that forward a lot more. And so the past 2, maybe going on 3 months have been so tough for me, depression-wise, anxiety-wise. And so I was listening to this podcast, and I had realized how disconnected I really was. And the day before I listened to this podcast, I actually did a chakra healing on myself. I checked, I literally had every chakra blocked, except I think my heart and my third eye were the only ones that were open. So checked those with my pendulum, got out my crystals, got out my cards, figured out why, what's blocked, unblocked them, did some crystal healing, and I woke up yesterday, the next day, feeling 100% different. So I believe in my own healing powers because I did this for myself. And it was just incredible how different I felt. And one of the things that really gets me a lot, that just blocks me up, is what is my purpose? So why am I here? What am I passionate about? But what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I meant to do? And so I'm listening to this podcast, and the guest, the celestial witch, she says, what if you're already living your purpose? What if what you're doing right now and what you're sharing with the world, that is your purpose? And I was like, holy shit, she's right. Doing tarot readings for others, just sharing whatever I share daily on social media, making these videos, writing on my website, my blog, that's living my purpose. There isn't this big, huge, giant, mysterious thing floating out there in space, waiting for me to discover it. I'm already doing it. I'm already living this part of my journey, this purpose. I'm already doing it. And so it was just such an aha moment for me. And then I was like, there's got to be other people out there who are discovering the same thing or feeling so stuck. Okay, so I got a lot of this out. So I'm just going to start doing some hand movements now. Some reiki, some energy hand movements. I will work with some crystals as well. So I'm thinking to myself, other people out there have to be feeling the same way. And I don't believe either that there's only one purpose. I don't believe that there's only one thing that we are meant for. There's not. We don't have just one purpose, right? At each stage of our life that we're in, we're fulfilling a different purpose. So right now, I feel that my purpose is just sharing my wisdom and all that I know and my ability to be my true self and my authentic self. That's my journey. That's my purpose right now, is to share that with everybody who wants to listen. So as I clear your energy, you might start to feel different things popping up. You might start to feel more clarity. You might start to realize, like, hey, I feel the same way. And that's amazing, and that's so awesome. And so that's where I'm at right now. It's just, being able to really take and sort through what I read and what I hear and what I watch, and be able to say, this doesn't resonate, I'm letting it go. And that I believe in myself and my soul and my spirit and my guides and the angels enough to lead me where I need to be and to the path that I need to take. I trust them and I trust myself, my higher self, to do all of that for me. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some crystals now. I'm going to start at the root with some carnelian. Again, we're bringing in some more of that fiery, passionate energy. Carnelian actually does work as well. Actually, I think I grabbed this for the sacral, not the root chakra. Yeah, I did. Pretty sure I did. I can actually use this. Okay, I'm just talking to myself. Okay, so we have some carnelian here, and I'm just going to work this around you, focusing on your root chakra. And what this is going to do, the intention that I placed upon this crystal for myself, for you guys, is to really confirm, solidate, light a fire under you, so that you know your self-worth, so that you don't doubt yourself, that you know you're worthy, and that you know everything that you have and everything that is coming for you and towards you, you deserve it. You worked very hard. You work very, very hard. You do so much. And everything that you have in this life now, tangibly, and all the things that are going to be yours soon, as you manifest them into this reality, you're worthy. You are worthy of them. And you can feel safe knowing that nobody can take that from you. Nobody can take your self-worth from you. And anybody who tries is not meant to be with you on your path. And I know that that's very much harder to do, to let go of people who are not for you. But if you want to expand and evolve and grow in this lifetime, if you want to fulfill some of your karmic debt, if you want to meet some of the terms of your soul contract, your sacred contract, and you don't want to repeat another lifetime with the same problems and the same limiting beliefs, then knowing your worth is huge. And knowing your safety, knowing you're secure, huge. And I work a lot lately with insecurity. The root chakra is one that I cannot for the life of me keep open, keep balanced at all. Exercise is honestly the way that I have to do my root chakra. I can already feel it's closing up again on me, so I gotta get to the gym. The root chakra is our foundation. It's really what we build our lives upon and our beliefs upon. And so to feel your self-worth and to know you're worthy, and to stand in your, in your beliefs and not be swayed, and to feel safe doing so. I work a lot with insecurities. So anything you feel insecure about stems from your root chakra. And I don't work with insecurities just feeling like I'm not confident or not pretty, not those types of insecurities so much, but just the things that make you feel insecure, not secure in your world, not having enough money, excuse me, not having a nice place to live, not living in a nice neighborhood or a part of town, those types of insecurities. So you may feel that everything's just working against you, and you might find yourself in that victim archetype a lot. I certainly did, and I'm not going to say I still don't, because I certainly do. So is that carnelian? But it's more so catching yourself, having the awareness to see when you are being victim-y, and swapping that for the mother archetype. And loving all those parts of yourself that you want to be the victim in. Loving yourself so much unconditionally is key. Not putting expectations on yourself is key. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the sacral because these tie in together. For the sacral, I've actually got some orange calcite. So the way that you can start to really understand how to feel safe in the world. The sacral chakra, so many want to focus just on sexuality, and that's a huge important part of it, don't get me wrong. But your sacral chakra is your seat of creation. Everything that you bring into the world, everything that you create is from your sacral chakra. So if things aren't working for you, you need to balance your sacral chakra. You need to create everything you create. I mean, you create all the time. So many people get hung up on the thought that creativity is being able to draw, paint, sing. But we create every day. I'm creating this video with my words that I create, my thoughts that I create, co-create, because some of this is channeled. I created my outfit today. I created, my skincare routine. And so it's just looking past what we feel is the obvious and just looking into more that we create. And also within your sacral chakra is your socialization. It's that need to connect with others. And for myself, I've been very withdrawn. I don't want to go out. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to socialize. I don't want to do anything. And so once I balanced that sacral chakra, it changed almost immediately for me. And I was able to create a new belief, because you create from your sacral chakra. So to create different beliefs and to shed those limiting beliefs, you need the sacral chakra to create them. Create new thoughts, create new belief patterns. It all stems from there. Okay, I'm going to move on to the solar plexus, and I'm actually going to use this black moonstone. I know it sounds weird. It is a little bit yellow. It's got like some peachy tones. I would have grabbed my peach moonstone if I had thought of it. But moonstone is great because it helps us know that we are connected, right? And for me, the solar plexus is the anchor. It's kind of where the spiritual and the human connect. It's where your power and your magic reside. It's where you manifest from. And so this moonstone is going to help bring in that inspiration and that intuitive energy, and it's going to meet there in your solar plexus. And it's going to start helping you to manifest through your power, through your magic. It's going to boost that confidence and that courage and give you the courage to know that you are creating these things safely, that you're worthy of what you create and what comes from your creations. And that you are safe being authentic. You are safe being you. You're safe speaking your truths. And nobody can take that away from you. They can shoot you down. They can call you names. They can post nasty things on your social media. But when you come from a place of authenticity, there is nothing that can stop you. You are powerful. You are wild. You are magical. And you can manifest your dream life with this inspiration and this intuition and this safety and this worth and this passion and this power just meets in that middle, in that solar plexus, and your inner light just shines. It just shines out from you because you are an amazing spiritual human being. And then I have some pink calcite. And this is for your heart space, your heart center, your heart chakra. And this is to remind you that not only do you want to love others, but you want to love yourself. And in the most pure, unadulterated ways. We want to love the parts of ourselves that feel unlovable. We want to love the parts of ourselves that people have criticized and told us aren't right and told us we were wrong for. Whether it's the wrong skin color, the wrong hair color, the wrong religion, the wrong gender. the wrong body type, size of clothing, length of your nose, too many freckles, too thin lips, too big of a butt. All the things that people want to say are wrong with us. We're not smart enough. We're too selfish. We're not outgoing enough. All these things. This pink calcite lets us love without condition, without expectation. For us to accept ourselves fully as we are, for those lovable and those seemingly unlovable parts, for our flaws, our imperfections, but to love others that way as well, but mostly ourselves. Because when we can come at other people and into different situations from a place with no expectations and no conditions, those things that used to make us mad about other people suddenly don't bother us anymore, because we're safe and we're secure in ourselves, that we don't play the victim, that we don't need to feel offended by everything and everyone, that we can be open and raw and real and honest and say, it bothered me, and be able to voice that. What you said bothered me. What you did hurt me. But I forgive you, and I'm not going to dwell on it. I forgive you, not because what you did was okay, but I forgive you because hate is too hard to hold on to. Grudges are too hard to hold on to. And I don't want that lowering my vibration. I don't want that in my auric field. I don't want that in my energetic field. I don't want that there. And so I forgive it and I let go. And no longer do you or does that situation and that energy have any power over me whatsoever. And it puts us in a place where we can go into the world with love and have love come back at us as well. It's an equal exchange. Okay, and now I have some blue aventurine. This is my favorite crystal to work with for the throat chakra. And this beautiful blue crystal is going to help open and align and balance that throat chakra so that we can speak our truth, so that we can communicate with the world. We can stand up for ourselves. We can stand in our power, stand in our beliefs, and know that we are free to say whatever we want that is in alignment with our beliefs and our spirituality and our life. And that no matter what anybody else says, no matter what hate we might get back, we are bigger than that. We are stronger than that. And nothing can get past that love in our hearts and that forgiveness that we send out. And I'm not saying that this gives us permission to say mean, nasty things. I mean, it's nothing like that. It's not like this is your past to be an asshole. Like, not at all. But when you come from a place of love and when you firmly believe in your beliefs, it's not going to come across that way anyways. So feel this beautiful energy right in your throat, right in this area right here. Also, if you have any ailments that have been bothering you in any of these areas, you might start to feel those lifting away. So just feel this energy going in there and just feel all the things that you want to say, all the things that need to come out are going to start coming out. And it's not a bad thing, and it's not in a bad way. It's just going to help you communicate your needs better and just to help you serve yourself and your higher and greater good so much better. Okay, and now we're going to move to the third eye. And for that I have my amethyst, which I wasn't sure if I was going to use this for the crown, but I just grabbed it now, so it's going to be our third eye. Amethyst is so gorgeous, and I just got this little heart one. Just going to focus. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. No? Okay. I just got this beautiful piece, and it's in a heart shape. I love heart-shaped crystals. And this just connects us to our intuition and can help us really receive the messages that our guides have for us. And it can help us clear away any unhealthy thinking patterns, just unhealthy habits that we've picked up along the way in our journey that aren't serving us anymore, that are hurting us and not helping us. it just helps to clear that energy away and helps our guides just get those messages through to us. And so all the messages that you receive, I receive messages so much better in my dreams. I'm just good at intuitive dreams and getting my messages that way and connecting to my guides in that space between awake and sleep, like where you kind of are laying there and you maybe jump or something. When you're like in that almost spot, that's where I get a lot of my channeled messages. And so this crystal, just amethyst, works so well to clear away the cobwebs and help you just really have this beautiful spiritual connection, this crown of purple light that just brings forth your divine guide team and helps you receive those messages so that you can implement them into your life as part of your purpose. Okay. And we're going to move on now to some labradorite. I have 2 little tumbleds here. And I'm going to use these for the crown chakra. I think maybe I should have used this for the 3rd eye, but that's okay. So these are tumbled labradorite, and they're so beautiful. You can see some flash there. And these, again, just work with that connection to your spirit team and your 3rd eye so that you can see and so you can hear and you can feel all the clairs. So you can just get those messages that are meant for you. So I'm just going to hold them up here above your crown chakra. And just open that channel up. Opening that channel, we cleared away anything that was hanging out there with the amethyst and with the selenite. And now the messages are going to come through for you, and you're going to receive those messages from your higher self. Or your higher self is going to receive them from your divine guides and start to deliver them in signs and symbols and messages in ways that you can understand and accept. So those are going to start coming through for you now. We're just going to use this labradorite. And then I just really quickly want to ground us again with the black tourmaline. So I'm just grounding you back in the human world here. We've been doing a bit of spiritual stuff, so let's get you back here down onto earth. And then we're just going to go ahead and give another cleansing up to that crown chakra and your soul star chakra so that you can get those messages a little bit clearer with that labradorite working up there so hard. And so all I say is at the end of this, as you go about your day, as you go forth in the world, just watch for those messages coming through. Watch for those signs. Watch for those symbols. Ask your guides. Say, show me a sign if I'm on the right path. Show me this specific symbol if that's what is meant for me, if that's what is going to happen for me. Show me. Let's co-create this beautiful, amazing journey together. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, it would mean so much to me if you went ahead and gave this video a thumbs up. If you wanted to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I do get some more videos up, because this feels so good and this feels so right. And where I am right now creating is just, I feel just peaceful. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.